And I'd just like to point out to people that you got some other press recently in the New Life Journal. In fact, you made the cover, which is quite an accomplishment. Right up there with our local media, with taxidermy and pro wrestling, if I remember the last two issues of the Mountain Express.
Well,
quite frankly, I think you look better than that cougar.
Well, thanks. Yeah, that was a really neat opportunity. Through a studio where I taught down in South Asheville called Embody, she connected me with New Life Journal, who I had written articles before, a yoga article for them.
Okay.
So I was familiar with their magazine, had worked with them before, but she had put in the idea for their movement issue, which is what they do every February is a movement issue, and a lot of times the focus is on yoga. And they wanted to do something different, and so Simone of Embody, just dropped the seed and gave them the idea, how about hooping? And so they contacted me, and it turned out they just wanted an article. So I wrote the article, and in the process of sharing pictures and planning a photo shoot with their photographer and working with their artistic director, they talked about the possibility of putting it on the cover, and I had some pictures from a local photographer named Renato Rotolo, who photographed me at this street fair called the Urban Trail Block Party. This was from last August, and he captured several really amazing photographs, and I sat down with our artistic director and we checked him out, and he says, these pictures are amazing, we should use one for the cover. And so what just turned into writing an article then sort of evolved into a cover picture, which was really cool, and I didn't expect that. It was a neat opportunity for me, and it's provided a lot of good advertisement. A lot of people have responded and been emailing me since this came out, so that was really nice.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
This is going to start an odd question. What do you see as the future of hooping? Is there any plans for a national hoopers or hooping association?
Oh yeah, that's already happening.
Okay.
Yes,
okay,
there's all kinds of websites. Hooping.org is a really big one, for people to go and get information about hula hooping, and there is a new day that is celebrated every year called World Hoop Day, and every year it's on the trinumeral, so it's on 5505 6606. This year it's on August 8th, 2008, and it was started by a woman named Annie O in New York City, World Hoop Day, and you can go to the website World Hoop Day, and she started this, and the mission is to spread the good word about hooping, and the mission is to bring hoops all across the world. And recently I got sponsored by World Hoop Day to be a hoop ambassador, and I recently brought 13 hula hoops to poor areas in Jamaica, and I just spent 10 days there, and part of the mission, it was through an organization called Deep Blue Ripple International, and they brought all kinds of amazing things down there, like school supplies and musical instruments, and they have a backpack drive to sort of help this third world country. This particular area is pretty poor, and so we went down there and had a whole kids fair that day, and
nice.
I got involved, and I saw on the list of needs recreational equipment, and they had badminton sets and baseball mitts, and the next thing I know I said hula hoops. I said, oh, I know about those. So got together with some friends and started making them, and then through networking on tribe.net, which is kind of like MySpace, only cooler, I ended up connecting with Annie O, and she basically said, would you like to be a hoop ambassador? And I just filled out the application, and before I knew it, it was sponsored to take these hula hoops to Jamaica, which is a really amazing experience. So, yeah.
That sounds great. How do you go about making a hula hoop?
Well, without giving too much of the trade secret away, but you can find out all kinds of ways to make them on the internet, but it's basically plastic tubing with a connector piece, and then the real art comes from the tape job, and you can use all different kinds of tapes, different colors, and there's all kinds of different patterns, and it probably took me, maybe 5 or 6 dozen hoops to finally get the art of taping and get the really precise angles and a nice pattern going, because it's really tricky to try and keep the...
You're dealing with very complex geometry. A large torus is not an easy figure to get all that tape around.
Yeah, it's all about torque. It's all about the torque, and my personality, it's a good meditation for me to just take hoops and go at it, and really enjoy it. And I have an art studio in my garage where I make them.
Okay.
So we've been very busy in the workshop over the winter, because in the summer, well, spring, summer, and fall is the festival season. And so it's time to stock up, and then when the festivals start, I'll have plenty of inventory for selling.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you for coming by, Melanie. It was a pleasure having you
Thank
on
you
the
for
show.
having me.
And we're going to have a display of modern New Age hooping. We're going to have a light hooping, I believe, and then some fire hooping, which will be very fun to watch.
Yes.
So, see you later. If I don't get to say it before, always cry theater in a crowded fire. See you later.